Okay, today I'm going to fit a new carburetor rebuild kit. Not sure if I have to take the carbies off completely, but we'll see as we go along. First thing to do is to remove the air cleaners, and I think it's a 1/2 inch spanner, and we'll proceed with that. First one. I just need to disassemble the fuel pipes to the pots, or disconnect them, disconnect the overflow pipes, one here, one there, and then see where that takes us. I've just marked the pots so that I don't get them mixed up. The front one, the rear one. Three screws on each one, slotted head, dash pot one, just put the screws back in because I do not want to lose them. Now time for the rear one. Number two. Okay, I was hoping to renew the kit on the car, but I don't think I can do that. It's just too tight to work on, and I now that I've got the air cleaner and the pots off, I'd like to give the carbs a right good clean. They're a bit dirty. So I've just marked the positions of the throttle cable and the choke cable where it connects so that I can get it back in the same spot. I just need to disconnect the fuel lines here and here, and also the overflow pipes, and then I think there's 2 bolts connecting each carb to the manifold, and we'll do that now. also need to disconnect the vacuum line. Okay. So that's the fuel line disconnected on the front, along with the overflow line. The overflow is disconnected there, along with the rear fuel connection and the vacuum line. Okay, the throttle cable is disconnected, along with the choke cable. We'll now attempt to remove the carburetors from the manifold. This bolt's difficult to see. Disconnect that spring. Okay, I've undone all of the bolts connecting the carbs to the manifold, and let's remove them. Moment of truth. All done. Okay, that's the first linkage bar cleaned. It's come up quite nice. There's a fair bit of crap on it. Second one I haven't done yet, but I'll show you that when I've done it. Okay, so I'm just cleaning the carb body, and I've managed to get a lot of muck off it. It's not going to be perfect unless it was sandblasted or something, but I don't think I'll be doing that. I'll just give it a good clean and take it from there. All I really want to do is make sure that the carb works properly, and that I can tune the car properly and get it running nice and smoothly. Not that it was running bad before, but the car's not quite idling correctly, and it hasn't been for a while. That's why I want to put this rebuild kit in and see if I can get it to run any better. Or no, it runs okay when it's under power and load. It just doesn't idle very well. But we'll see. We'll get all this clean first, and then I'll start putting the rebuild kit in. And I'll give it a check, make sure everything works properly. Okay, I'll go and dry this off. Okay, I've got the float bowl off. Just going to open it up, have a look. this gap here should be 1/8 to 3/16. I'll have to investigate that. I might set it with a 1/8 drill or a 4mm drill maybe. I'll have to figure that one out. And the ball itself does have a bit of crud in it. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a bit of sludge in the bottom of it. It's a bit difficult to see, but there is some sludge in there. Hopefully you can see that sludge. That's only some of it, so that's not good. Okay, this is the new build kit. Got a new pin for the float. There's I'm not sure what that's called, that special bolt, and there's a couple of needle valves in there, so I'll take this one out. I may as well use the new one since it's in the kit. It's 1132 socket. I cannot get an open ender in there, so it has to be a socket. Looks fairly clean, but I'll clean it anyway. Not too tight. Put the new needle valve in. Put the float back on. Try the new pin. May fit, may not fit. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think it fits, so I'll stick with the old pin. It's reasonably clean. Push it in as far as it will go, and make sure it moves freely, the needle that is, and it does. Okay, now I just need to set the float height. Okay, I've put the new gasket on, reassemble the float and the float chamber, and screw it up. One down. Now I just have to put the jet back in. These are handed, so this one has to match the position of the plastic mounting on the old one, which that one does. So I'll go ahead and screw this in place. I'll fix the bowl back to the carburetor. I've got the new jet in position. Now I have to screw this up so that the jet is parallel with the bridge. And then I'll knock it back 2 turns or 12 flats. Now the bridge, if you can see it, that is the bridge, and the top of the jet has to be flat with that surface there. So I'll get a steel rule and I'll see if I can adjust that to its right position. Okay, I've marked this position with a permanent marker and I'll now screw it out two full turns. Okay, so here are the carburetors rebuilt. Not completely, but I've got the new needle valve in here along with the float height corrected to what it should be, which is 1/8 or thereabouts. I've got the new jet in. I've got the carburetors all cleaned, well cleaned as good as I can get. I don't have a sandblaster or anything like that, so I've got this jet set initially level with the bridge, which is in here, and then I've marked the mixture nut, if you can see that, and I've come down 2 turns, which is 12 flats. The manual calls, well, the manual mentions that that is a starting point for your fuel mixture. Fuel mixture actually. These are the connecting mechanisms. That one is for the choke, and this one's for the throttle. Cleaned up quite well, a lot better than it was, and this is the other carb. So it's all cleaned, ready to be put back on the car. Okay, I have decided to replace the carburetor heat shield. The insulation is mostly wearing off and it looks a bit daggy, so I've ordered one. May as well do it. I've got the carburetors off, why not? Okay, I'll come back when I take delivery of it, and we can install the whole thing, and hopefully it will look nice and new. Okay, I'm just sanding the flange surface to get them nice and flat, especially where it connects to the spacers and the heat shield. That's generally where you might get some leaks, so that's fairly flat. I've done that side. This is not as important here on the air filter side, but still you don't want muck getting into your carburetor if you can help it. Hold it near the bottom. That stops it from tipping up. Nice flat surface. Bit of emery paper. Okay, I'm just about to reinstall the carburetors. You can see that I've faced this off, made it nice and flat, both sides. This inlet side is more important, but I've taken all the high spots off it and it's nice and flat. I've done the same with both carburetors. You've got to do this on a nice flat surface. I've also checked the float chambers. If you blow it, you can hear the air coming through here. If you turn it upside down and blow, well, you shouldn't be able to blow. So that tells me the float system's working. And I'll do the same with this one. Air's coming through the jet and here. So if we block that one off, it'll all come through the jet. Turn it upside down and blow, and it should be sealed. You cannot blow through there when the float's upside down. Okay, all we got to do now is install the carburetors in the car. Okay, I've also managed to buy a nice new carburetor heat shield with the fire retardant insulation on both sides. Looks like it's fiberglass, just pop riveted on there, but it's nice, new, shiny. And we'll install that first. Now I've got a little bit of a dilemma here. I've read a few forums. Some people use sealant on the gaskets, some people don't. So I need to make up my mind what I'm going to do. If I do use sealant, I'll use Permatex, and we'll see how it goes, but yeah, not sure at this moment. Okay, I've decided to go with Permatex. Please don't do what I did. This choke bracket is on the wrong way around. I need to flip it back that way. So I'm going to have to dismantle the cabs and flip that round. Okay, that's the carburetors back on again. I didn't film putting the pots on because pretty straightforward. Just put them on, screw them on again, tighten the screws. Also didn't film putting those air cleaners on because they can be a bit of a pain in the bum. But the carburetors are in, they've been serviced, new service kit in there. I will have to retune these carburetors, but that will be for another video. So we'll end this one here and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.